The holidays are a time for giving thanks. At Dublin Nissan, we're thankful every day that you trust us for the right vehicle at the right price.
Now at Dublin Nissan, drive the Sentra SR for as low as $18,835.
New or used, drive home in a new ride for the holidays.
Now at Dublin Nissan, drive the Titan SV with rebates up to $6,500.
Sales, service, and satisfaction. Call, click, or come see us. Dublin Nissan, the only dealer you will ever need.
First Lawrence Bank invites you to experience banking at its best. Whether you have personal or business needs, we're a full-service bank big enough to handle all of your banking needs and small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank like First Lawrence Bank. Looking forward to your future. That's First Lawrence Bank in Dublin and Dexter. Member FDIC.
Welcome out to West Lawrence High School, everyone. We're here with head football coach Kagan McLean and Coach McLean. Congratulations, first of all, on another great victory Friday night. What a messy night.
Yeah, the weather obviously wasn't really conducive for what we wanted to do. It was really, really sloppy, really messy. Field was saturated. We played 3 weeks in a row with rainy conditions out there, so it didn't take long to tear that up. But despite it, I thought our kids adjusted. I thought we adjusted the game plan well and did what we needed to do to get a win and advance, out of that first round.
Coach, I'm not only impressed, but always I seem to be a little surprised on things you do late in the season. No matter what you have to work with, Coach, it seems like this point in the season, as you progress, you're going to bring a new wrinkle in. Sometimes it's a necessity, like Bradley Wilson lining up in the backfield. But what a great opportunity to highlight and to prove the talent of a young man. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, with Coven being out, we knew we needed a little more depth at running back. We knew we had some guys we liked, but Bradley's one of our best football players, so why not give him the football and let him run with it, see what he could do. And I thought he had a great night for us. Stepped in, had some big runs, had a touchdown run, was very physical. Big, he's a big physical kid. And if you got a weapon like that and you can't throw the ball to him, and why not hand it off to him? So, I think our offensive staff did a great job seeing that and making that adjustment to give us a little more depth at running back with the conditions the way they were. And luckily for us, it worked out well.
Yeah, you really needed it. Like you say, with the conditions, you couldn't bet on it to be that wet or the field to be that bogging down from the very start. And so when you face adversity like that, again, each time you face some adversity, your team faces it, they respond, and that's building that character in them. They're growing up so fast. Right. And it's so pleasant to see that you, I'm going to say, unleash another weapon that you have, or somebody steps up, you give them the opportunity. You've seen them perform. Right. You've seen them block well, so you're going to throw them the ball, like Grayson Clark. I think that was kind of that's what I got out of it. Right. People earn the right to be able to play. But as you say, Bradley's a tough character. He's very athletic. Right. You needed him. But let's go back and let's check on Christian Cogan.
Yeah, he's good to go. He's cleared everything, so he's been practicing this week. Good. So he'll be back ready to roll on Friday. Yeah. Which is good to hear. He's asymptomatic, has no issues right now, so we're excited to have him back.
Yeah, Coach, you need every weapon that you can get to advance at this level. You say every week how you don't get to this level unless you got a good team, unless you can win.
That's right.
But we want to look back at a couple of things from Friday night. I just want to speak on this issue because people ask me this question out in the community about how the officials are chosen once you get to this point in the season and how that affects a game.
GHSA assigns playoff officials, so you'll get a different crew, sometimes from a different association every week, and you don't have any control over that. But for the most part, I think the officials do a great job. We got to remember these aren't professional officials. These are guys who are doing this because they love the game or they love the kids or anything like that. They're going to be human and they're going to make mistakes. But I thought the officiating was fine Friday night. I think 99% of the time the officiating's good. But again, we're all human. We all mess up. There was an interesting comment that was put in one of the newsletters from one of the officials, and coaches were having a conversation. He said, the thing about coaching is the officials always see us at our worst because it's our job. Our livelihoods are on the line. Our families are on the line when we're out there on Friday nights, where for them it's something they do out of love of the game. Yeah. And so oftentimes us coaches give them a hard time. we're way too harsh on them than we should be because they do a good job. But it's just the heat of the moment, the heat of the battle. And the good thing is most of those guys understand that and they don't take it to heart. And it is what it is.
Yeah, they understand that. And then hopefully people will understand as well, Coach, that you must stand up for your players.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to do that. I mean, I'm going to fight for my guys. Our guys have worked hard. We spend so much time together with those kids. I mean, they've busted their tail in the offseason. They've done everything we've asked them to do. If I feel like, they're not getting a fair shake, I'm going to stand up for them. That's my job. But at the same time, as a coach, I've got to be an example and say, hey, I'm going to fight for you, but I'm going to be under control. And as a human being, I mess that up too. We all fall short, but definitely I want to stand up for those guys and let them know I'm on their side. I believe in them, and that I'm going to have their backs because they deserve that for all the work and all the effort they give us.
Coach, with fame, I'll at least say with notoriety, with success, more people are looking at you. More people are noticing things about you. So I understand in the community one of your latest nicknames is the Beard.
I think some of the coaches, I've started that. They had some shirts made up that said "Fear the Beard" after I was ejected in the South Effingham game, and they like to wear those on Friday night as a joke, obviously, for the most part. But yeah, it's something my wife sometimes refers to me as the Beard. I don't. She does stuff like that, but it's all in good fun, and we have great coaches' wives, and we love the support they give to our program, and it is what it is, man.
Yeah. It's good to be known. Period,
yeah, there you
right?
go. That's
when
right.
you win, it's good to be. However they want to refer
I've been
to
called
you.
worse than that, in my life. So yeah.
Yeah, Coach. We appreciate the time that you put into pointing out these highlights that we're about to come back with, ladies and gentlemen. You put the time into it. Your staff does. You can't give enough recognition to your coaching staff. Could we run through those now again?
Yeah, those guys do a great job for us. I think our offensive staff is as strong as it's ever been. Jason Respert's our offensive coordinator. He played football at Northside High School and at University of Tennessee. Was an offensive lineman and does an outstanding job game planning every week. Tyler Rogers, our O-line coach, does a great job. You've seen the improvement of the O-line this year, week by week. Stephen Edwards coaches our receivers, and you've seen what they've done out there as well. He's done an outstanding job for us. Von Merkerson is our running backs coach, and you see our running backs just hitting holes and making plays. He's done a great job with those guys, and we gave him 2 new running backs this year from the defensive side that stepped up, and he's got those guys coached up, and they've done a great job. Defensively, I'm the defensive coordinator. Coach Whitney Athergood is our co-defensive coordinator, does the game planning with me, coaches our linebackers, and we've always been good at linebacker, and that's a testament to his ability and what he's done up there. Defensive line this year is coached by Dwayne Gibson. He stepped in, done a great job for us as we moved Rogers over to offensive line in the offseason. Defensive line's played really well. Outside linebackers are coached by Eddie Floyd and Rod Waits. They both do a good job. One coaches the Bandits, one coaches the Rovers, and they get those guys ready every week and have those guys in great position. And I coach the secondary back there. And Coach Carlos Jones will come out with us and help. He's a track coach. He's not officially on staff, but he comes out and helps me with the DBs when he can, and he does some team chaplain stuff along with Stephen Frazier, who does team chaplain stuff with us as well. And Alex Knight, our technology guy. You can't say enough about him. He does all our huddle, that makes sure our film and everything's set up. He does a great job for us as well. So we got a really good staff for sure.
Yeah, Coach, one must point out the character of those men, the examples. Everybody will make a mistake sometime or another. We are human, and you're men coaching teenagers, you're men coaching young men, hopefully. And, you get caught up in that passion sometimes. Right. But when you look at the whole picture, when you look at the example that they are to these young men, hats off to you guys, really.
Yeah, great character guys on staff. One of the things that we pride ourselves on is we're not going to go out there and cuss at kids and do things like that. Now, I know I've been places where that's the norm, and I'm not critiquing or criticizing anywhere that does that, but it's our goal not to do that. They get enough of that out in the world, in music and TV and in society. We'd like to try and show them a better way if possible. Are we perfect? Are all our guys perfect at that? Of course not. They're not. We make mistakes. But as a whole, you're not going to come to practice and hear F-bombs being dropped or anything like that. We just don't do things that way, and our staff does a great job of being able to really coach these kids hard without having to go down that road.
It's good to be an encourager. Hey, we're going to take a short break. We're going to be right back with the highlights from last week's game, so stay with us.
Hi, I'm Matt Sapp, inviting you to come see us at Dexter Meat Company. Our fresh cut meats include cube steak, stew beef, chuck roast, chuck eye steak, ground beef, ground chuck, and if you love steaks, you'll really love our New York strip, T-bone, and our ribeye in choice or prime cuts. And our marinated steaks have a distinctive taste that you'll be sure to love. We invite all our neighbors to come see us for the freshest cut of meat. Remember, we cater to. Call ahead and we'll have it fixed for you. Monday through Friday, 10 to 7, Saturday, 8 to 6.
Dublin Marine and Yamaha Motorsports has been a part of this community since 1973. Drop by today and see David Brown and his staff at Dublin Marine. Exceptional customer service, great prices, and quality products. You can always depend on Dublin Marine, 1321 North Jefferson Street, Dublin. Bruce Birch and the staff at Dublin Wind Waterworks is proud to offer waterworks products by the best brands in the industry. If you're looking for quality products and top-notch service, give us a call today at 272-2026. Our experts know your industry and can answer any of your questions. Wind Waterworks, 509 Airport Road, Dublin.
Quality products and installations since 1985. That's 4 seasons. Every team has a leader, and Lawrence County's leader in hometown banking is Farmers State Bank, proudly supporting local high school football. Farmers State Bank salutes those who make our community great by working hard to make Friday night football happen. Go Irish! Go Falcons! Go Crusaders! Go Raiders! And count on the team at Farmers State Bank, Lawrence County's leader in hometown banking. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. All right, welcome you back, Coach. Again, a great game. Started out with some great highlights from the very beginning, the first kickoff. We'll go to that footage now.
Right off the bat, great way to start the game in the messy conditions. The kickoff. Daniel Dorsey, he fumbles the kick initially. He's able to pick it up off the ground. I know you can't see it on camera. Picks it up off the ground, makes a guy miss, keeps his balance, finds a hole, breaks a couple tackles, and does a great job of just getting in the open field and accelerating and, taking it to the house. You can't draw up a better way to start a game than that right there. But great job by him. He's been one of our best players all year. Really come a long way from last year, and has been a difference maker for us on the field on Friday nights. And we're really proud of him and look forward to seeing him play on Saturdays next year. He ought to get a lot of attention this offseason with the season he's had. Defensively, we did an outstanding job all night against the run, against the pass. I know it was hard to pass with the weather, but you can see we really swarmed on defense, held them to negative 37 total yards, negative 35 yards rushing, so I thought we did a great job there. I thought our offensive line did a great job. We were really forced to run the ball all night. You see Daniel Dorsey making another nice run, hitting a hole, great hole by the offensive line, and then just getting out and slipping and sliding and picking up yards. We were really limited on what we could do because of the weather. But I thought our offensive line, we said, hey, we're going to lean on y'all and on you running backs, and thought they did a really good job of being able to move the football there. You see a big hole again, Bernie getting tough yards there, pounding the rock down, and really Daniel and Shante and Bradley, all of them did a great job rushing for us. You see back on defense, great job Daniel Lindo getting a big sack. We didn't send a lot of pressure because everybody was running the ball when we did. Daniel made him pay. He had a good night for us there, just winning a one-on-one, making a play. Shante Burney again, big hole, hitting the hole hard and tough running, turning the legs, moving the change. And we had a couple drives that stalled with holdings early, and when you get back and it's hard to throw the ball, it's tough to pick up those yards. We had some big runs to make up for it. You see Shante again, nice cut, big hole, and I think the ground's dry there. He cuts it all the way out the back door and scores. But good run by him. And again, can't say enough about the O-line and what they're doing up front, just mashing people. Here you see great check here for our offensive coaching staff, seeing they were giving us single coverage and going up top and making a nice throw to Brent Carr there, making a heck of a catch over on the side. And you can see how far he slid on that wet ground after catching it. But great job by him to give us a 14-0 lead right at the end of the first quarter. Defense goes back to work, and man, we were suffocating on the run. You'll see just nowhere to go in there. Every Lindo beats a block, makes a nice play inside. And, when you have negative 35 yards rushing, that's pretty impressive, 34 yards rushing, whatever it was. Here they try to throw the ball. A good job again, Spencer Dacus getting off Lindo, TJ, all three of those D linemen, and getting a big sack for us there. We had a bunch of tackles for loss. Great job, our guys. Again, the run game bounces, and Xavier stays gap sound, sits outside, makes a nice play there. Just good overall defense, good football, I thought, despite the conditions. Everybody has to play in it sometimes. Back on the offense, you see a lot of the same play being run. Because of the weather. There's Bradley busting through a hole, getting behind his blockers. Great block downfield, and you see him getting the first down. Big 13-yard run there by Bradley Wilson. And those receivers doing a great job blocking in these sets as well. Grayson Clark, Tyler Franks, all those guys. Great job blocking. Big physical run there. Bernie bounces off one guy, hits the hole, spins around, turns those feet, and picks up a first down. So it starts out like a tackle for loss, ends up being a first down, Great physical run by Shante. He's been another kid who's really come on and done a great job for us. Here, one big muff on offense. We fumbled the draw play there. They picked it up, take it in, and make a game out of it there. Now it's 14-6 on the scoop and score. And, adversity strikes sometimes, and we tell our kids all the time, how are you going to respond to it? You're going to let the situation win, or are you going to win? And I thought our kids did a great job of coming back defensively again. Just Derek Jackson coming up with a big hit. Swarming on the quarterback there on the quarterback run. Again, a lot of this goes for our D-line, just eating blocks. They got to throw the ball here. Yes, gets flushed. There's great pressure by Daniel Lindo. Force him out of the pocket, and just nice job there. And you see just miss or you see Daniel Dorsey there getting the interception on the play over by the sideline. So great job with the pressure, and great job by Dorsey getting the pick. Coming back on offense again, ran a lot of the over stuff, just pounding the rock in there. You'll see Bradley again getting behind his blockers. And look at his push the pile, man. Just getting in there and just being physical and keeping the pile moving and picking up a first down. That's a great job by him. Get down close here, and you'll see Brent Carr does a nice job here. Sorry, that's Shante Burney. Wrong play. Shante does a nice job off tackle, picking up the touchdown there. Great hold by the offensive line and a way to hit it to give us that 21-6 lead. Defense, again, just really physical up front, pursuing to the football, getting outside, not letting them get the edge on us. And we're going to need that Friday, as we get deeper in the playoffs. The teams get better and better, and we got to continue to up our level of play if we want to keep playing on Friday nights. Here offensively back, again, great job here. You'll see offensive line, can't say enough about them. Good protection. Step up, throw a nice little fade to Brent Carr. It's off camera. He goes up, makes a nice catch there. It's tough to throw the ball in the conditions we had. So good job by AJ, good job by Brent, being able to open it up a little bit in the second half and throw the ball some. You can't just be completely one-dimensional against anybody. See, AJ drops back again. Another nice throw across the middle. Good throw and catch as we keep moving the chains there through the air now. And you'll see we get down close. Brent Carr on a nice quick slant here, gets behind the linebackers and splits the secondary, makes a nice catch here for a touchdown. He had a good night for us as well. Steps in there, good route, good throw, and way to secure it and make sure we get the feet down and get the touchdown. But great job by him putting us up 28-6 there late in the third. And go back on defense. Little defensive score is always good. We had a couple big plays down here on the goal line. You see nice stop there. Good job staying home. Xavier on the backside. Good pressure by the D-line, getting them down about the 1. And then you'll see they try to bounce it outside here, and Dre Bonner does a nice job stepping up, getting off a block and getting a safety. Nice tackle in the end zone. And our kids getting excited. I love it. That's good stuff by those guys. Here our last score of the night. You'll see we're coming up, sorry. I had a couple of extra ones, I wasn't sure. This is a good run here by Daniel Dorsey, get us down into range to get a score. He goes off tackle there, bounces off, runs his feet, drags people, gets down inside the 5. A good physical run by that kid. And good block by Spencer Fields. He takes a kid and just deposits him in the back of the end zone, which is great by the offense. You love to see that. And then right here we get the touchdown. Good job, Bradley Wilson off tackle. Big hole, nobody even touches him. Great job by the O-line. Great job by him cutting it under, getting in the end zone and finishing out the score and making it 37-6 with just a few minutes left in the game for a good win for our guys.
Yeah, Coach, and again, your stats got so much better because you held them to virtually no negative yards, and then defensively, you just had an outstanding game, but the same side of the ball, you had a great offensive game. Do you know the total yards?
I don't remember what the total offensive yards were. We had a ton of yards on the ground, and not as many through the air, obviously, because of the conditions. But offense did a great job moving the chains all night and really churning out yards and eating clock, really, and doing a good job of keeping their offense off the field and helping the defense out, which is big.
Yeah, Dorsey got another pick. Coach, he's riding high, throughout the regions when you look at the stats and those who list the stats. He's riding real high on that. Of course, you have several. You got Dacus and several on sacks. I think Dacus is the leader. Jackson, Lindo.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they're just riding high.
Yeah, they're doing
an incredible job.
I think Daniel Dorsey's got to be near the top of the region in picks this year. He's done a great job. He's got 7 or 8 interceptions this year. Spencer Dacus leads us in tackles for loss, and Lindo's our sack leader, and TJ Jones is coming on and creeping up on those numbers as well. So we've had really good team play this year, and that's been a big part of our success, obviously.
Yeah, Coach, I always look at you when you get on into the season at what player on what team has the most tackles. And man, some of them just blowing it out as tackles, But then it's also a credit to West Lawrence, to your defense, in that so many people have the tackles. When you look at team tackles, you're up there, but individuals, not so much.
Yeah, we're not going to have one guy with 100 tackles and the next guy with 30. We've got Derek Jackson's our leader, and he's up around 70 tackles this year. But then you got Lindo and Dacus and all those guys, Xavier Lewis, they're all around 50-plus tackles themselves. Yeah. So we've got a bunch of guys who are all right there in the mix because, we play really good team defense. Yeah. And that's a credit to those kids doing their job, not being selfish, being responsible, and us swarming to the ball and playing team D.
Yeah, and speaking on that, Coach, I lock in sometimes on different parts of the game, and I have been just totally impressed with your outside linebackers. Bonner and Lewis, they've just been exceptional to me. They keep everything inside the majority of the time, the majority of the time. They keep pressure going forward. They take on blocks well, and they're going to make that tackle. That's hard to find, Coach. It's hard to coach that up.
And they do a really good, and that outside linebacker is tough because he's either a hybrid defensive end linebacker or he's a hybrid safety linebacker. So it's hard to find those guys that fit that mold. But in our scheme, they're really, really important for being able to contain everything, like you say, but also being able to walk up on the line and squeeze and spill some things and being physical up front and being able to drop into coverage. So they do a great job. They've had good years. We got several kids that have done a great job there, and we got some young outside linebackers coming up that we're excited about, and Javen Ash and Caden Snell and C.J. Johnson and some of those guys that I think are going to be good guys you're going to see on the field next year.
Yeah, you see Snell on special teams, Coach, and you let him in a little bit in certain games. As that outside linebacker.
Right.
But on special teams, he's going to sniff out the ball virtually every time, isn't he?
Yeah, and those are sophomores, and so they're just going to continue to get better. Yeah. And as they get better, I'm excited about what they're going to be able to do Friday nights.
Yeah. But we talk about outside containment. We talk about teams that like to run outside. Is that what we expect this Friday?
Well, these guys do a little bit of everything. They're a really good offensive football team, but at this time of the year, everybody's good. You're not 10-1 because you're no good and you've just been lucky. They're 10-1. They're scoring a bunch of points. They got a really good quarterback, one of the best we've seen this year. They got a big physical running back that's about 6'2", 6'3", 215. Big, tough kid. They got some good receivers who are solid. Really well coached on the offensive side of football. A lot of formations, a lot of motions, a lot of things you have to adjust for and be ready for. And we're going to have to get lined up, communicate, and be really, really sound because it's going to be a tough team for us to defend. But I think our kids are up for it. I believe in them. I think they're ready. And I think that we're going to go out there and show out and play well.
All right. Got a few more questions for the coach. We'll take a short break and be right back, so you can stay with us.
Hey, how you doing? Eric Kate City.
I'm good. Brad Grimes. I think I'm smelling some gas in my yard out here.
All right, and what area are you smelling at?
Over here in this area, the meter's on that side over there.
Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna check the meter and make sure there's not a leak there.
Okay.
And then we'll locate the line out and put down a couple holes just to check on the ground to make sure you don't have a leak. We'll check each corner of your house. If you could, just stay on the porch.
Okay.
If you think you have a gas leak, we're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Call us at 478-277-5048.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Real people steal people. They want real power, real options, real value. Right now, get real savings on chainsaws, blowers, hedgers, string trimmers, and more. The #1 selling brand of handheld outdoor power equipment in America. This fall, get a real solution. Get a Steel from Midstate Tractor and Equipment, 1325 North Jefferson in Dublin.
You've got miles and miles of grass to mow. So you're going to need a machine built to perform. Day in and day out. Season after season. You're going to need a Gravely. Built to mow the distance.
Now at Myers Equipment and Supplies in Dublin.
Hello, I'm John Martin, physical therapist and athletic trainer from Rehab Advantage in Sports Medicine. I'd like to take this opportunity to invite you to some of our workshops here at Rehab Advantage. We've been hosting workshops every 3 weeks, some for low back pain, shoulder pain, arthritis, and for balance and vertigo problems. And so feel free, we'd love to have you come. We'd love to share information with you about these injuries and how you can get well naturally from these things. And we'd just love to tell you more about it right here at Rehab Advantage. We usually have them hosted at 6 p.m. on Thursday evenings. That does change sometimes, so be sure to look at our website or give us a call 478-275-1800.
All right, welcome you back again. We're talking about Friday night, and we're talking about North Oconee. Have we faced North Oconee before, Coach?
Not that I know of. I don't know how long the school's been around. I don't think it's a really old school. But they've really come on the last few years, been really, really good. Like we said earlier, they got some good football players on both sides of the ball. Well-coached football team. They're going to come down excited, hungry, physical, playing hard, and it ought to be a good game.
All right, now, Coach, when we look at the receivers they have, do they have a lot of height?
They got a couple guys that are tall. They got some speedsters. They're really similar to us on offense when you look at them. They got some guys like we've got. They got a kid that's a lot like Bradley out there. They got a Brent Carr-looking kid out there. They've got some guys that do a good job running great routes, having great hands. They don't make mistakes. They're very, very disciplined. So it's going to be one of those. And a lot of times you get those types of schools. You see that a lot from the private schools. They're a lot like that in how disciplined they are and how hard they play. And it's going to be a really tough football game. It's going to be a good football game. They're a good team. But I think we are too. So, it should be good.
Yeah. Coach, the read I get on them and people I talk to from that area, they say like you say, they're very disciplined. There's no quit in them.
Right.
But that's one thing I can say about the Raiders this year. There's no quit in them.
Yeah, I don't think our kids will quit. I think no matter what adversity comes our way, our kids will be disciplined, they'll be physical, they'll rise to the challenge, and they'll meet it head on. I think that's one of the things that I've loved about coaching this team. It's been one of my favorite teams in my career to coach. These guys have really come together, and they're not perfect, but neither am I, But they get out there and they get after it every day, and they're a joy to coach. And I'm excited to see, whether or not we go to the state championship game or not, we're out this Friday. It's been a great season for these kids, and I'm proud of them. And I fully believe if we play our best football, that we can keep playing for a long time.
Coach, when you look at their defensive scheme, what do they run? 3-man front?
Just like us, they're 3-4 on defense. They're very similar to us in all ways. Their kids are very sound, very disciplined on that side of the ball. They don't get out of position. They don't get beat deep. They keep everything in front of them. So we're going to have to really go out there and take what they give us and be able to run the ball first and then take what they give us to move the chains. We're probably not going to see as many big hitters over the top because they do play so soft back there, but they're a good, disciplined football team.
All right, and we flip the ball. We look at offense. You have a very large line. How do they look?
They got a very solid offensive line. It may not be the biggest we've seen, but, they're a lot like our kids. They scrap, they fight. They're disciplined, well coached. They're going to be in the right spot. They're going to stay on blocks, run their feet. So, it's going to be a challenge for sure.
All right, and Coach, you look at the backfield. You say you got one big back. They run him in and out, or he's pretty much a workhorse?
He's the workhorse. They got another kid that comes in that runs the ball a little bit, but Big 40's the workhorse back there. He's going to lower his shoulder, run over people. He's like, you saw Bradley carrying the ball last week. He's like that, a tough kid, gonna hit you hard, not afraid of contact, athletic enough to hurdle you, that kind of guy. But he's definitely a kid that'll play at the next level, and he's going to be tough for us. But you know what? I think our kids are physical on defense. I think we'll break down, get in there, there and make some plays.
Yeah, and looking at our front three, man, you couldn't ask for a front three better, in my opinion, in what you're facing and the performance and the way they've grown throughout the year. So that has to be encouraging for you, for the coaches, for the players, and for you fans. And we want you to turn out this Friday. We want you to be early. We want you to be loud and proud. We want you to wear your blue. Kickoffs at 7:30, just like always. Gate admission, I think it comes up a little bit for playoffs.
I think it's $10. I think that's set by GHSA. Yeah. We don't control that, so don't be mad at us.
Right.
GHSA controls that.
Yeah, so bring your money with you. Be prepared. Don't come out with $7, $8 and thinking you're going to get everybody in. So it's 10. We want to win the game, and we're going to need your support, fans. So we want you to turn out Friday night. Best of luck to you, Coach.
Thank you, man.
Thanks
Appreciate
again.
it.
When you think of your insurance needs, think Yates Insurance and Real Estate. The Yates family has been meeting the insurance needs of Georgia residents for more than 50 years. At Yates Insurance, we provide insurance for logging, log haulers, logging equipment, chippers, and sawmills, including portable sawmills. Yates Insurance can assist you in your personal and commercial insurance too. Mandy Smith, Allison Clark, or any of Yates' friendly and knowledgeable staff will make sure that you're covered for everything. When you think of your insurance needs, think Yates Insurance and Real Estate. For more than 50 years, your satisfaction has been our #1 priority. Yates Insurance and Real Estate, located at 2030 Veterans Boulevard across from Dublin Mall. Call 272-1525, 272-1525 for Yates Insurance and Real Estate.
Jeff Shepard here at Roach Farm and Garden. Deer season is here. Come to see us at Roach Farm and Garden. We got all your deer hunt necessities. We carry 5-way, 3-way, Harvest Advantage, iron clay peas, wheats and oats, daikon radishes, a bruiser rye, and big boss rye, buck forage and annual rye. We will make your food plots look right. We have all your supplies of deer feed, 17 and 24% protein, QDM and 4S. We even carry 4S draw in the block and bags. And when you get that deer, we've got something to cook him with, from grills to griddles to your deep fryers. You want clothes? We got a full line of Georgia Boot, Rocky Boot, and all the Carhartt that you could need. And for your pelletized grill, we have any flavor you need. We have ladder stands by Millennium and Amerstep, replacement seats, protein blocks, salt blocks, and attractants, and a full line of coolers. And don't forget to pick your supply up of Voodoo while you're in there. It's at the counter. Don't forget, everything you need for deer season is right here at Roach Farm and Garden. 2 locations, Wrightsville and Dublin.